What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the program. I'm your host, Mace, and here we go. We have another video, 10 surprising Iranian discoveries and inventions, part 2. On part 1, the video, a lot of you guys mentioned in the comments that there was things that were either missing or just happened to not be included in that compilation of facts. So we'll see if some of those pop up in this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's check this video out. Let's see which ones I know, which ones I don't. I know I haven't been making quite as many videos the last little bit, but we're going to get back into it. We're going to get back into the role of things. And yeah, let me know. Let me know how you're doing. Hope you're doing amazing. Let's check this out. 10 surprising Iranian discoveries and inventions. Part 2. And of course, this is from our host. His name's Leroy, I think. Leroy, and his nickname, I've given him, is Population, because the way he says population, he says population. Let's see if he says population in the video, and his nickname will stick.
In this episode, I'm looking at 10 more discoveries and inventions that came out of Persia, which is now...
You know, I gotta say, Persia, some of the most beautiful architecture and artwork, and just the styles of art. It's unique, but yeah, the architecture, just the buildings, the building skill, and the art as well. Like, you know, of course you have Persian rugs and stuff like that, but some of the places that we've seen, man, incredible. And I remember the documentary, The Lover's Wind, and just seeing some of the historical, you know, remnants of past civilizations, you know, within Persia, and it's just
now known as Iran. Welcome back to FTD Facts, guys. My name is Leroy Kenton, and if you have not seen part 1 yet, well, I have a link below in the video description section where you can go and check it out. And in case you don't see a certain discovery or invention in this episode, yeah, it's probably in part 1. But
we're gonna hold you to it, Pop.
In any case, let's jump into this episode. Starting at number 10, we have alcohol.
A lot of you guys mentioned that in part 1. Where's the alcohol invention? Here.
Yeah, a lot of you
don't drink. It's bad for you. It dehydrates you.
Commented in part 1 saying, hey, you forgot alcohol. I didn't forget alcohol. I just didn't put it in the video because I can only fit 10 in. Anyway, so alcohol, no doubt, is one of the most used products in the entire...
I hate to make fun of... I'm not making fun, but the way he says alcohol is also funny.
...world.
People can make fun of the way I say things too. I'll just have a laugh about it.
But did you know that it was first invented by a Persian doctor named Mohammed bin Zakaria al-Razi? He had been working on different gases and chemicals and invented alcohol. As time went on, the form of alcohol was modified and also simplified by other people. In at number 9, there is hookah. So the Persians also invented hookah. And you see this thing right here. Yeah, this device here, it's like there's a pipe that's used for smoking and vaporizing, and there are all sorts of flavors that you can smoke. There are different types of hookah as well with your own.
I've never smoked a hookah.
Unique features. The water is used for vaporizing, the pipes are used for smoking, and the base is used for the flavoring. And this was used for hundreds of years. Hookah was later used and developed in a better form and used in other regions of the world. And do you know the game Backgammon? Well, I've never played it before, but it's always fascinated me growing up. Backgammon is a board game that was created in Iran, and it's a 2-player game. Each player has 15 checker pieces that move between 24 points, and movements are based on rolling 2 dice. The objective of the game is to be the first to remove all the 15 checkers off of the board, and Backgammon also influenced games like chess.
Okay.
But Backgammon isn't the only game in this episode invented by the Persians. We also have Polo. This game was first created in Persia in 600 BC and it was known as Chogan. The game was originally used as practice for the army in the Achaemenid Empire, but it really became popular in the Parthian Persian era. From there, it turned into a worldwide sport during the Sassanid Empire. In ancient Persia, shogun had two types. There was one without the horse so that children could play it, and there's another version with horses for teens, young adults, whatever. And of course, playing it on horseback was just so much more fun. Kerosene lamps coming at number 6. So a kerosene lamp, also known as a paraffin lamp in some countries, is a type of lamp that uses kerosene as fuel, just like the name implies. Kerosene lamps have a wick or mantle as the light source, covered by glass, and like oil lamps, these come in handy for keeping your place well lit during a power outage. They are often brought on camping trips as well as a backup for battery-powered flashlights. The first description of a simple lamp using crude mineral oil was provided by the Persian alchemist Al-Razi in the 9th century Baghdad, who referred to it as the nafata in his Kitab al-Asrar, known.
Speaking of camping, we're going camping soon. Maybe we'll do a vlog on that, and I'll pick up a kerosene lamp, and I'll say to the teller, did you know that it was invented in Iran? But then I'm going to go back a tiny bit.
Baghdad, who referred to it as the nafata in his Kitab al-Asrar, known as the Book of Secrets. Okay, grab is at number 5. A grab is a mechanical device with 2 or more jaws, and grabs can be used for things like dredging, loading and unloading ships, and salvaging. The mechanical grab, specifically the clamshell,
and getting toys, like in Toy Story. Same principle. The alien dudes.
Shell grab was invented by the Persian Banu Musa brothers and described in their book of ingenious devices in the 9th century. The grab described by the Banu Musa brothers was used to remove objects from underwater and recover things in other bodies of water. The wind tower comes in at number 4. A wind tower, aka a wind catcher, is an Iranian structure used to create natural ventilation in buildings. There are various types of wind catchers. There are the unidirectional ones, the 2-directional ones, as well as the multi-directional ones. They were used in ancient Iranian architecture, and you can still find wind catchers in Iran today, as well as in Persian-inspired architecture in places like Pakistan and Afghanistan. Here we also have the Panemone Windmil. So a Panemone Windmil is a type of wind turbine, and it has a vertical rotating axis with horizontal wind-catching blades. The earliest known windmill device was made by the Persians, and it was in the Panemone design. When the wind blew, the windmill turned, and there would normally be a grain grinder attached to it or some other type of device. Now, the earliest recorded windmill design was found in Persia, and it's believed to have been invented between 700 and 900 AD. Wind-powered machines may have been known earlier, but there's really no clear evidence of windmills prior to that time period. At number 2, we have the Book of Healing and the Canon of Medicine. Abu Ali bin Sina was a Persian physician, astronomer, and a philosopher of the Islamic Golden Age. Now, when he was only 18 years old, he started to record his most important works, including an encyclopedia of medicine, the Book of Healing, and the Canon of Medicine. Now, the Canon of Medicine was considered an authority in the medical world for centuries. It set the standards for medicine in medieval Europe and the Islamic world, and was used as a textbook throughout the 18th century in Europe. And it also actually still is used in Unani medicine, which is a form of medicine practice over in India. And finally, at number 1, we have Zoroastrianism. This here is considered by many to be the world's oldest monotheistic religion, and it was founded by the prophet Zarathustra over 3,500 years ago in the city of Yazd, which is now in Iran. It's estimated that there are about 200,000 Zoroastrians today, and Zoroastrians worship a god called Ahura Mazda and believe that fire is an element that represents the light and wisdom of this god. Zoroastrianism also influenced the Abrahamic religions, and it was the official religion of several areas of Persia until the 7th century AD, after which Islam became the dominant religion in that area. Alright guys, so those were 10 more surprising Persian/Iranian.
That's interesting. I wasn't super knowledgeable yet about the Zoroastrians. And we saw those Zoroastrians who essentially, I can't remember what the term was, but when they died, they basically went on top of that cylindrical tower out in the desert there and basically allowed themselves to be well, you know, the vultures and stuff would get at them because they believed that, you know, burying the body in the earth was
Iranian discoveries and inventions. This was another pretty exciting one, wasn't it? So as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below, and let me know what you learned, as well as feel free to leave any suggestions for future FTD Facts episodes. And before you get on out of here, if you want to give your brain some more facts to nibble on, here's another video. You can tap the annotation right beside my head right here. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of our daily episodes here on FTD Facts. All right, guys, you've been awesome. Can't wait to see you tomorrow in another episode.
All right, he didn't say population, unfortunately, so no population.
Worship a god called
no population, but interesting, man. Cool to know, and it's always illuminating just to have that reintroduced knowledge of, you know, they're still using these books of medicine, and they were influencing medicine. The windmill thing was crazy. The wind catching towers, super interesting. Alcohol, you got that, you got it. Kerosene lamps, like so much ingenuity in the past, and makes sense if there's in civilization in Persia for such a long time. Yeah, influential to the entire world. All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Later.